12920 Philadelphia Street, Whittier, California, at Undercity Comics. Keeping Up with the Nerds presents annual number
2.
My name is
Rene.
This is Bryan.
and welcome to the show.
Hey.
What are you looking at?
I give you an 80%. Good job.
How's that 80%?
Because you're supposed to say
2023.
Thank you.
I think this is correct.
Stop throwing things at me, dude.
I'm
throwing
tipping
coins.
you.
Oh my god, dude. You see what you did? Now Rene can't even pick something out without me flinching, dude. I actually got
Nick's
scared.
making it hail on Bryan.
Stop, dude. I swear.
How many more change do you have?
Not a lot,
I
actually.
gave it back to him.
Wait,
I was
yeah.
being
I know, he
nice.
handed it back like a moron.
Guys,
I know
welcome.
you've
Reloading.
been throwing this at me. Here, you can have them back.
Guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with the Nerds,
Yes.
the annual #1 for 2023. Follow us on our website, keepingupwiththenerds.com. Check out our socials, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel, Keeping Up with the Nerds, and follow our audio platforms on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Podbean.
And I know what you guys are saying. Hey, this is a short show. Yeah, it is. Because usually the annuals don't really take over an hour.
No, they don't. It's a
Yeah.
quick recap of everything we've done this year, our favorite things, and pretty much our plans for the future.
Yeah.
Because we're taking a week off.
Yeah.
We deserve it because we've done 49 issues this year. 50 issues, technically, right? Yeah, somewhere around there. And nonstop every week.
Yeah.
So we definitely need a Friday off to energize. And
We're going to go watch
why
Fast and the Furious in 4D.
not? X. You two are.
When this gets
Yeah,
aired?
on
Or-
Friday.
Oh,
Yeah, we're going to go see it on Friday. And then we're going to...
Stop. You haven't even planned it with me.
Dude,
And we're gonna go see
not,
Little
because
Mermaid.
you're not going.
I'm going to go.
if
You're
you guys
not
are watching
gonna
this
go.
on YouTube, you guys are probably noticing, where's the same clothes as last issue? Well, we are, because, we're recording right after.
Back to back, baby.
Because we've been in the bunker.
Yeah. This is how we come out. Smells like Mountain Dew and Doritos.
We're very zesty. It's very zesty.
Very
So
zesty.
I want to start off by thanking everyone who's been consistent listening to our show.
Yes.
So thank you guys for that, because your guys' contributions to our stats and data have really made us happy.
Yes.
Seeing you guys actively, communicating with us, talking to us in all seriousness about everything that you guys enjoy from the show, giving us feedback, both positive and negative, has really helped us grow in terms of the content that we want to put out there. Simple as this. I feel like when we started out 3 years ago, right? We're not the same people.
I
No.
remember those days. Yeah, they were.
Yeah, you started halfway through year 0. You know what's interesting?
The first day, Bryan was in here. He was so scared. He was shivering. He was
You know what
shivering.
popped up on my
Scared little
Instagram?
boy. What?
Scared little boy.
A photo of us celebrating at Guildhall, wrapping up year 0.
Really?
Yeah, I gotta post that
wow.
again. I'll post that up.
Wait, you have that?
I have that. It was on my Instagram.
Oh,
Yeah. So it's a photo of us celebrating at Guildhall, wrapping up year 0 and kickstarting year 1.
do we look very different?
I think we look the same.
Okay, well, that's
Yeah.
not good either.
Do you want to look different? There's only one way we can go, Nick, and it's older. Either
No,
gray
you can
hair
look
or
good.
wrinkles.
You can look good too. Okay, you can look better.
I know you can
can
get
look better.
You can look. You cannot have wrinkles and you can have gray hair and be a silver fox. Is that what you want?
Because I am a silver fox.
You only have gray hair on the top of your head.
I know.
and the
I'm a
front.
silver fox.
Well, you need to dye it to have it. Why don't you dye it? Have like the front of your hair be like silver and keep the rest like black.
You want me to dye the front of my hair silver?
Yeah, I'll do it with you.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to do it first, though. You have to do it first. No, because knowing you, I'm going to do it, and then you're going to be like, I'm okay. And then you're not going to do it.
No, I'll do it,
No,
dude.
you're
I
not.
won't back out of it. What are you talking about?
Dude, you were so back out.
So thank you guys for giving us the feedback, letting us know what you guys like, commenting on our videos, talking to us in person, definitely talking to Rene out of everyone because he's the one here at the shop. Because what are you looking back? Oh, are you looking back at the first one?
I want to play it just like the middle of it and see how we sound. But hold on. Go ahead. Keep talking.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, no, because it's been fun. It's been interesting, and I think that every single time that we meet, we basically have new ideas that we want to put out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Year 2 brought skits to the
Yes.
beginning of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Are you playing it right now?
No, go ahead. 'Cause I'm not playing it yet. Go
You're
ahead.
not playing. You can play it now.
Did you put it in halfway?
I was trying to lower it the first.
Is this first issue?
This is issue 0.
This is the one where everyone
is-
said that we're awkward about it.
So this is the issue. If you guys don't know, some of our new listeners, the first issue we ever did was during the tail end of the pandemic, I think.
No, this is the beginning of the pandemic.
Was it
we started in 2020.
But the tail end of it, we started like in May when everything was opening up. When the lockdown.
Wasn't that at the beginning, or wasn't that at the end of 2020?
Yeah,
Because we started in June, so we started mid pandemic.
You're mid.
All right.
So this is halfway in, like 23:30. So hold on.
We were actually doing fine in the beginning. It's just that we had
We
to
were
put
talking
up
about
the
comic books
restrictions
during the
where
pandemic.
it's like we couldn't necessarily be
This
open
was
to the
because
public, and they were shutting
Diamond
down a lot
stopped
of
distributing, right?
non-essential
Mhm.
businesses, and we fall
Look
in the
at all the
category of
footage. You guys
bookstore.
see
It's all the
that?
B-roll
we
of
could-
Brian's house.
Yeah.
As long as, so
If
we
you
were
don't
trying
know,
to stay
that
open
the
as
B-roll
hard
is
as we
Brian's
can, but
house.
then,
Yeah.
Our distributor
It also shows you ways
had
of
to shut
breaking
down.
in.
Oh my
because
god.
of the
If you
pandemic.
notice his
Distributor
window,
or
not locked.
writing like
No,
Marvel and
No, just the
DC and Dark Horse.
No, just the distributor, because
Okay.
they were the ones
You
putting.
could
out
tell
the
that we
comic
weren't
books.
really
There's only one
much
distributor.
characterly
So,
as we are now.
We didn't have
So
character.
when they
Yeah.
had to shut down, because
We were
of
just
where
talking.
They were
Oh,
located.
no.
They were in
I feel like
lockdown
you're missing a
wherever
third.
They were located at, so they couldn't no longer. sell
Third
comic
voice in
books
there
for the
really,
time being.
really would like make
So
everything
we
pop.
actually had
That
to
was a-
shut
you showed
down
up in the
for,
Justice
I
League
think
one,
it was
right?
going
I did show up in
for
Justice
2
League.
months. We were shut down for 2 months. And
Oh, I
then
like
we
that
shut
shot
down
of
in,
throwing the comic
I
books on the
think
floor.
the end of
See how
April.
I see how he closed
Why would
it
you do
out.
that to your comic books though?
He just,
were-
I know, he was
Just
just.
throwing comic books.
They
everywhere.
weren't necessarily
PS
essential
player,
issues,
yeah.
okay?
PlayStation
Savage.
player. I'm an Xbox PC player, so we've got different perspectives on those things as well.
I love it.
There's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
There's a lot to discuss. These episodes are going to come out every Wednesday around.
If we're doing this,
11:30.
find my episode.
So,
Let's
I know,
yeah,
we're going
if
to.
you
That's
guys
why.
are
No,
interested,
I'm tired of
please
this.
leave a subscribe or a follow on
Brian.
Spotify or
Look how he
uh,
sounded though.
Podbean
Like
as
how he
well.
sounded though when he was
So
closing out.
We've got different perspectives on those things as well. There's a lot to discuss.
Yeah.
There's a lot to discuss. These
You've
episodes
definitely
are gonna
gotten
come
better.
out every Wednesday around 11:30.
Thank you.
So yeah, I mean, if you guys
I'm
are
giving you a
interested,
compliment.
please
Why are you
leave a
giving me that
subscribe
face?
or a follow on that Spotify
Definitely.
or YouTube, Podbean as well.
Yeah.
And
See,
if
now you say it
anyone
with
is
like a more
interested in
flow.
giving us questions
It took
to
me
answer,
3 years.
Yeah.
leave them down.
All right. Let's get to
You
Nick.
barely started doing that.
So
one.
it was interesting because when you and
That
I
was,
started,
that was
right?
year 2.
That was
we-
your-
No, year 2. When he came into it, right?
No, he came in halfway through year 0.
Oh, year 0.
We were
Okay.
we didn't even hit issue 50. I think the first start of it was when we were talking about the potential Justice League movie that was supposed to come out.
Oh, this is the intro.
That was the intro
song.
music.
Yeah. I was only in it. That's the thing. You were barely in it.
I don't know what I was
Internet.
thinking
Welcome to
about,
the
but
Keeping
then
Up with
what
the
happened to issue 1? What was the intro? Was that the dun, 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 dun? Was that
I
one?
think so. Because we changed it. There we go.
Oh, the superhero.
Yeah. That is a
Recording people
throwback.
live. We run this show live.
And we just started
We
us
make
talking.
mistakes that
Yeah.
stay on.
Oh, that's right. 'Cause
Screw
when I remember
everything,
when,
I meant
when I
that.
first started, you guys just started hitting record.
Yeah. That's a throwback. And the thumbnails are basically like a comic book panel too.
Yeah. That's when before Lewis told us how to make him better.
That was before Lewis yelled at us.
He yelled at you and then you came to us.
Here we go.
Lewis,
You
This
found
is
the one with Nick first?
Nick's first episode.
no,
what
that's
issue is
Injustice of-
Welcome, listeners, to Keeping Up with the Nerds Variety
Yeah,
Hour.
'cause you talked
hosted
about the
by
Snyder
Rene
Cut with
Bravo
us.
and Brian Quevedo.
Right.
If you are a new listener of the show, please follow us on our
Yeah,
socials
yeah,
on
yeah.
Instagram
He still
at
uses
Keeping
this.
with the Nerds.
Yeah,
No.
for the
And
audio.
Twitter
For the audio.
For the
Yeah.
audio
With
version,
But it's different.
Our
It
podcast
doesn't
is
have
recorded
the,
in Whittier, California, and are posted on
doesn't have that
Podbean,
radio sound.
Spotify,
No.
Apple Podcasts, and
You
Google
still use
Podcasts
this.
every Wednesday
Well, for the
at
audio so
11:30.
people know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, and enjoy the show.
And it plays the same.
Yeah, it plays the same way.
It's a me talk.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter. It just, I mean, it shows a good character.
Yeah.
If you show up.
Put the good energy out into the
Yes.
universe. Bernie Sanders, give us another
Your
meme.
characters start to form.
Good sir. Good sir.
What?
Thank you for joining us in the studio, by the way.
Yes.
It's not a problem.
It's not that cold, Bernie, but you could take
Well,
it.
you don't know.
Why were you doing a
Well,
voice of
Riddle-
Bernie
Why
Sanders?
you're doing- I don't know why you were
doing a voice
doing.
of Bernie Sanders, you weirdo.
Really tight.
You don't
I
understand.
don't.
What the?
I don't remember this. This was not what I was
cringy,
doing.
kinda.
What the
What
heck?
the
That is not
Did
what
you
I
say
was
this is
doing.
cringy?
A
Are
little
you
bit.
calling me out? Bernie, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't remember this.
Why would I come back February.
Yes.
Why
us
are you
something
talking
and we'll
about
go
in
ahead
a
and
Bernie
vote.
Sanders impression?
Oh God, dude, what happened?
Not only that, but also, why is it a terrible Bernie Sanders impression?
I shook the hands of Han Solo. Chewie, nice man.
Why am I still doing this?
Okay, I'm skipping through this. 7 minutes of Bernie Sanders.
Cool staff, and it's all good fun, and it's good to support small businesses and especially comic book stores because
I'm very
they're trying
confused.
to get their,
Confused as
I don't
you
know
are,
why
dude.
you
What
did
issue is
that.
this?
they're trying to make a business.
Wait, hold on.
during this
When
whole
Sarah
time.
went through this, she never mentioned you did a Bernie
I thought that was
Sanders
a funny story
impression.
to share.
Yeah.
Good.
It was
It's
weird to me.
See, now this makes me wish I could get to that level of recognition.
No, but it's
because I feel
weird
like
'cause
everyone.
it's the
'cause you
Justice
work
League
here.
re-release.
I work here, so I
So
automatically
you get all
know
Not the
that.
re-release,
I
the
think
movie that
my
never
goal-
came to be.
My goal
This
is
is when you
to
guys were
That's
talking
the
about
one?
That,
Yeah.
You guys were talking about
not to.
the
I don't.
Snyder cut when they were just talking about re-releasing it. This is
No,
like-
it wasn't it wasn't that one. It was the one. So it's the one. What's the movie? The Justice League movie that never.
Immortal?
Was it Immortal?
It's Immortal.
Yeah.
That's Justice League Immortal.
So it was prior to the Invincible one.
That's the what was it? Because Justice League Immortal was
Then we
The guy
the
who
one
did,
before the
Mad
Invincible
Max.
one was Flawless Victory, Mortal Kombat Explained, and then Invincible Stands Tall.
did I come in after? When
no, he was here for Invincible.
I don't remember. Oh, well.
Spider-Man Secrets Spilled, Warner Brothers Water Tower of News, Godzilla
That was
versus
it.
King. Which one?
Yeah,
That
I
one?
think it was the Water Tower of News.
Welcome, listeners.
Skip through.
can do so much,
Yeah.
and thanks to the website that we're trying to build. Hopefully the end goal is to have it set up within the next couple of weeks.
Before that one,
to have
that's
those
because
things
you
available
brought
for
up
you
the
guys.
website a couple issues
Um,
back.
So was it
Nick will
Godzilla
also be
versus
kind of
Kong?
looking over the
It might have
YouTube
been.
channel as well as
Was it?
We're trying to find you guys Nick's first issue.
Yeah.
For the Nick
theme
fans out
going
there.
on here, guys. You can tell
it shows.
it shows a lot,
that's not
and
me.
their Instagram is great. They do, and they have like good little sales sometimes.
I don't
and
know who
they
this
have little
is.
Flash sales.
Yeah, get my
So follow
out of
them.
my
Was
ears.
it at Toon
Out of my
At
ears.
Toon Geek.
I don't know who that is.
That's me.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
you sounded different.
Bryan, Rene.
And welcome to the show.
You sounded
Issue
different.
Oh my God,
42.
we did intros at the beginning.
Yeah.
Or at, in the
50.
middle of the
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah, halfway through 100, which is
I
great. That
know.
means that we're doing great.
Yes.
Anyway,
So
that's
we're
besides the point.
we're rolling. We're hot. We're great
halfway
right
to
now.
100. This is
This
issue
energy.
42. What, issue 52 would be our year.
I think so,
episode,
yeah.
our anniversary.
52 or
episode.
53.
Because just
I have to read. Oh yeah, no, it would be
Now I'm-
53 because
now
we
I'm
did issue.
confused.
Okay, here's
June
another one.
8th is our
Does
anniversary.
Zack
Yes.
Snyder deliver on
so
his
like
Justice
Rene
League
said-
vision? That the one?
I think so.
Because that was right
Welcome,
before.
listeners.
Skip.
Keeping up with the nerds.
Skip.
Ver-
We should have done some research before we
Yeah.
hit record.
Well, no, but I
you
mean,
did
obviously-
this. We already spent half the time. It's 13 minutes.
You're the
5
one that
minutes.
wanted to look for you, dude. You're the one.
Fighter pilot.
Here we
That
go.
is me.
That's Nick.
Yep, that is me. It is a car that has never been produced.
That
is me. Hey.
What issue is this?
Now I'm
So that way
interested.
people know.
Now
Before
I'm
know,
you
go check it out.
I didn't even know
His
about that.
first
It's a super-
appearance was issue 40.
It's even rare just to find a full-on. That's funny.
Yeah, we wrote this. We didn't even plan for this, dude. Nick's first appearance.
40
is
is
issue
issue
40.
40. No, it's a specific issue 40. Wow. Specific one because it has specific measurements to it. I've done 111 episodes.
What was the brand that made it?
Yeah,
you
but
know?
you didn't do
Or
100.
109?
Yeah.
109 episodes I've done with you.
Yeah,
This is 2 bleeps
45
now.
minutes
We
and
just
30
did 2
seconds.
bleeps. I'm in 2 bleeps now.
he
said
had to
45.
bleep
It's
him out
looking
'cause it
bad
costs
now,
45
man.
minutes and 30.
Oh, yeah, I kept cussing. First episode. That's right.
And he's like, because you needed a contingency plan to
But
hold
anyway,
each and
that's
every one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, now that you heard yourself, you're all fine
He's
with
like,
it,
he's
right?
happy with
I'm done with it.
I actually didn't know what episode I came in.
Issue
And
40.
the
That was your first
No,
appearance.
I
Welcome,
know.
listeners.
Sorry, hold on. And then
issue
the
40.
first issue we did. Hey guys. The first issue we did video was the Suicide Squad one, but one of the cameras failed. Was
Did
the yeah, when we first introduced cameras, is when you bought all the stands. Remember?
Yeah.
That was the Suicide Squad review.
And that one, and I think a video, one of the cameras died.
Yeah, one of the cameras died. Yeah, or like the videos got corrupted. It was the first time, and it was the first time I did an actual visual bit where
you
I
throw
I throw the
the
hat, and I go, and it's a Marvel hat, and I go like, because I'm talking like James Gunn. They go, Warner Brothers coming up to James Gunn and be like, hey, you see this? We want you to do that. And get that out of there. Though. Like one of my first bits.
One of your first visual
bits.
bits.
But yeah, so I mean, a lot has changed, as you can tell.
The show got better because I was in it.
It's been 109 episodes.
Well, I mean, the podcast, the website got more efficient when Nick came on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, don't rub his ego.
I'm just saying.
Because it's like all of a sudden it's like
We all have a part, and
Stop.
Nick's part was
What?
to make us more
My inner
polished.
thigh
Sure.
itched. My inner thigh itched, and it needed to be stroked a little. You know, just.
I
just a
swear.
little- just a
Do
little
you Do you guys have at least?
Why did you have a dog? Why was your dog there?
You did. Was it one shot?
Who
Or
knows
was this a
best?
mini cast?
There's a mini cast. Oh, it's because I was introducing the mini cast.
Mm-hmm.
Is that just me and you?
I think so. Anyways, what were question you were gonna ask?
I was gonna ask. Do you guys have at least out of the guests we've had? I'm not gonna say favorite guest, but what issue did you enjoy with one of our guests that we've had?
I think I wouldn't know the number, but for me,
No, just say it, and I can find it. Yeah.
it's the first Sarah's first appearance.
Which one's that one?
Her first appearance in it was like in the first half of year 1, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was like the first time we
That's the
did.
one we do the penis joke, right?
I think so. Yeah.
With the lightsabers?
With the
yeah,
Was
but
that the first
a
time we
separate-
did,
That was a
like-
separate skit.
Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't a part
That
of
was-
the
that was
actual issue.
Yeah, that's when we were doing
But-
skits separately.
It was Sarah's first appearance as a guest, and the only reason why was because I think we got thrown for a loop when she said, "Oh yeah, I listened to every issue."
Yeah.
And made notes about it because it was like the
Oh.
first time that we're like, "Oh wow, like this is stuff that's like recorded and people can look back and notice our."
thumbnail.
Yeah.
The thumbnail you did for Fast 9.
What did I do for Fast
You
9?
made Jacob and Dom thumbs. That was great.
That's
That,
right.
you gotta
Yeah.
give Andy credit for that one
Yeah.
because she only looks at them as thumb thumbs.
It's actually that's
Yeah.
so funny. Now
Yeah,
that's-
thumbnails were a thing too that
Yeah.
were improved upon it. Okay, so that to me was it because I think it was like the realization that people listen to us and you know that we say things and it's on the internet forever.
Yeah.
What about you, Nick?
like our my favorite guest, like
Favorite
guest.
guest issue? We had a pretty solid lineup of guests: Sarah,
there-
Lewis,
there they are.
Cece,
Yeah, honestly, I would go with Lewis.
Brittany.
I would go with
yeah.
Lewis because you know when Lewis came
Rainwater.
on,
Mhm.
we had it was really interesting, but it also I felt like it flowed really well, and also I feel like when Lewis was on, it was so informative.
Yeah.
Like even for anybody that was just like starting off, if you take like 20 minutes and listen to that episode, it'll give you a great this is how I'm gonna use some of this knowledge and kind of put you in the right direction.
Lewis is a man full of knowledge, but I feel like every guest we've invited on has had the confidence to basically go in there and say like, yeah, I started out doing very minor things and like now I'm fully confident doing the things that I can. It inspires people. Like I've been told that like the guests that we bring on, it's like, oh yeah, that's super interesting that, you know, that they're fully confident doing what they do. Like Sarah, art freak. She just like goes in it and just makes massive amount of work, like really, really well done.
Right.
And Brittany does it on a much smaller scale, but still very
Yeah.
impressive.
Very impressive,
right?
yeah.
So it's like you get both sides of it. You can do things. You just have to really put your heart into it.
I feel like for cosplay, we really did hit the nail on like the entire, not the entire like market of that, but like we really did hit like the aspect of, oh, what about if you did a very basic cosplay to doing cosplays for like premieres and doing stuff like that, like buying cosplay, making how do I make my cosplay? You know, what are the things I need to do if I need to buy cosplay? Different stuff like that. So I mean, we really did hit a lot of that stuff with both Brittany, with which one? Sarah. We also had one more, Cece as well. The three of them, they really did kind of give us like the different aspects of different avenues of cosplay.
Yeah. What about you, Rene? You're the one that brought up the
I
question.
know.
I know you didn't even think about it, did you?
No, I was kind of like, you know, just looking back. I think if anything, I did like the.
There's Lewis's first one.
Oh yeah, Lewis. Yeah, and then we
Lewis's
did
first
the.
one.
Didn't we do the Pokemon?
We did the
open-
Pokemon opening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we also did Pokemon openings.
Yeah, I liked when we had Steven because he told us a great funny story.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was a separate thing
Yeah.
after a
That's
separate
yeah.
video.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good story. That was a really good story.
Mhm. I like that one. I will tell you there's an issue that I didn't like that we did.
What issue is that?
I didn't like issue 78, which is when we reviewed No Way Home.
Why
I
was
didn't.
it too much?
No, a little bit.
Okay, is it
It's
because
mostly
there's too many people?
it's mostly because we had a lot of people. We did it late at night. And Bryan had to be the one to say his review last. Like we was letting us all talk. Bryan is like, because it's a Spider-Man movie. He was like, I'm gonna say what I want to say at the end. I'm just like, just join us, man. I'm
No,
thinking
because
about-
you know why?
Why?
Because Nick's intention was to mess me up that night. That was, dude. It was your goal.
I didn't. Okay, so personally for me, I just didn't like the format of it.
It was a weird format.
It was a weird format. It was very
It was.
awkward. That's the
It
thing.
was a weird 5-man.
Yeah.
That's what I learned. We can't do 5-man.
We
No.
can't do more than 4. That's the thing.
Yeah.
No, in this setup,
A 3-man plus 1 to be interviewed.
yes.
Not where everyone's just kind of like shooting all their thoughts
Yeah,
at once.
that's a lot happening.
Yeah.
I mean, I mean, even when we do like our Valentine's Day episodes, those are pretty wonky too. But I do understand what you mean though,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because that was a lot.
It was a lot.
We were tired,
We
and
just
we
got
drove back here.
Yeah,
That was still year 1, wasn't it?
That was
78.
If it's 78, that was still
Yeah.
year 1. Year 2. Let's talk about year 2 because year
Okay.
2 is like basically a big change for us. So year 2, we had a better intro,
Yeah.
right? Better intro where apparently it's a slice of life anime intro. Sure.
We brought in Our Real Addiction.
We brought in our real addiction, and then they left us. No, I'm just kidding. That's not they left us.
You said it.
You
Not
said
me.
it. Yeah. No. Again,
Jesus.
we're fine with them guys. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
no.
There's no
They
bad
they
blood.
spread their wings and
Yeah.
flew. But they started doing their own thing. So we basically had like an understudy, which was interesting because
Yeah,
like
that
we
was a
got
new
to-
element for us.
Yeah, because we got to show them like what we've learned, and that way they can apply it to their own thing.
Yeah, it was a podcast that wanted to be, wanted to do more with their
Yeah.
stuff, and we were able to give them the tools and give them the layout of how we do it, and like, here you go. If you
And I'm
guys
proud
wanna
of
do
it
this
too
way,
because
yeah.
I had a conversation with Adam and there was talks of like basically ending the show for them. Like they just didn't have
Yeah.
that motivation
Yeah.
for it, right?
Mhm.
And it's like, they're going strong now. I think they're doing like 2 episodes every week at this point or like being more relevant in that sense.
which is good.
It's good
Yeah.
for them, and you have that consistency. They have their format. I still think they have a lot to learn, and as anyone does, we still have a lot to learn. But we had an understudy, which was very interesting.
Yeah. Then we had a. We're not going to name the podcast, but we had a small.
Oh yeah, first
Yeah.
the drama bit.
Yeah,
Because
that
of
drama.
Bryan.
Yeah.
Oh my god, dude!
We're not going to mention the podcast.
Live
but,
and learn,
yeah.
man.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. It
I
was,
mean,
No,
being
it
if it
was-
was or if it wasn't, the
Yeah.
point being is like from what we learned out of it is that you just can't necessarily say certain things because it might be taken out of context, and that's all it is. And
You
it
live and
happened
you learn.
That's it, right?
And you learn you really gotta watch what you say on other people's podcasts because they'll edit you.
yeah, they'll edit you. Man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I
Crazy
thought
world.
I thought it was I thought this year was funny too because we had a full month without Bryan.
That was
was
interesting.
that was an interesting
That was
kind
an
of
interesting
that
kind
was
of element that we had to deal with.
That was an interesting element
How?
Because you were gone.
You were gone.
We didn't have to deal with you.
Yeah, but the haters basically got to live a full month without me.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
if that's what you want to think, okay. But we've actually had people that would. I've had people
said
after
that month.
after that whole month, they go, "Yeah, the show feels different without you."
People
Yes.
love me.
People love you.
Well, okay.
I've had
Okay, no,
listeners.
don't take this from me.
hold on, hold
Don't
on,
take
hold
this
on,
from
hold
me.
on, hold on. I had listeners saying, "Yeah, it's different when you and Nick are on the show because you guys are more informative. You guys don't let loose when Bryan's there because Bryan is always there to pull you back into order to get through the episode."
but
So,
when you're gone,
when you're gone, we know
we-
that we have to stay on track.
yeah, we have to say
So we're kind of like,
Dad's
we're-
gone.
Yeah. So we're kind of like, okay, yeah. So this is happening. So yeah, this is pretty crazy. So we talk more like stern.
No, we're not stern, but we don't like. We know we can't fool
Yeah.
around as much because we're trying to watch the time.
We're trying to watch the time. We
we're
just
trying-
did a skit too, and then
Yeah,
stuff.
we were trying to do a skit, and then we were trying, and then not only that, but then we also
We learned that
Cause-
we need to shoot multiple shots when we make skits as well too, because the one we did with Lucas.
the more editing,
Yeah.
the
Okay.
more shots, the better.
I'm gonna to add on to this,
Yeah.
right? Okay, I'm not.
That was the worst one I think we've ever done.
That was the worst skit, but that was the best idea skit that we had.
That was probably one of the better ideas.
Which
It
The
was
sucked.
really
story,
good.
the story was great because it's like you guys used to paper me, and then when I
used,
came back, it was like, oh,
I
it
like
makes
how
sense.
It worked
I like
out
how
really
now
well.
if you guys can't see, but Boba Fett is folded in the little corner right there.
Well, he's gone.
Yeah, he's gone.
So-
Not returning for year 3. Just kidding.
But I will say, adding on to that, not to nickify this whole thing, right? But basically, Because you do. I'm not gonna rub my own ego, dude.
I love that.
Is that gonna be a thing?
It's already a thing. What are you talking
I
about?
don't want it to be a thing.
To me, it's
You are?
interesting because I've always had a fear of like me walking on at a project and saying like it's not going to survive if I'm not there, because if it's not my vision, then it's not going to succeed.
Yeah.
Me leaving for a month to get married and then coming back, taking that like month
That's
off as a
another.
break.
You got married.
I got
too.
married, right? Yeah.
Year 2, you got married.
But giving that break and letting you guys
Don't
take
ask questions
control.
about if I'm getting married or not.
You are.
It's none of your business.
Man, he's gonna listen to this and be like, what? But it basically allowed me to see like what happens if I let go of the reins. Can you guys actually do it? And you guys did it like perfectly fine. You guys were good on it still brought in the views necessary and still brought in people to come and listen to the show, which is great. That's what I want to see. Because it sucks. Manning a one-man project sucks. Because
Well,
what's
yeah.
your motivation?
Oh yeah, you did that for your podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But I just thought it was funny because the worst possible thing was the moment that we were doing the Lucas one. And me and Rene were talking so much trash in the middle of it. We were just like, oh, look, 20 minutes in, we're already done.
Yeah.
I don't know what Bryan always complains about. And then the next day, I was looking at the edits and I was just like, oh God, what did I do?
Yeah.
I really should have done more footage.
Yeah.
I think what makes
Another 20 minutes would have been great.
I think what made me laugh was Nick giving me a call, going like, "Hey Bryan, how do you put the cameras in their correct spots so that it's like appears correctly on the screen?"
Because it wasn't in your notes.
Because it wasn't in my notes, but I thought it was self-explanatory, which it wasn't. Because then I was just like, "Oh, all you have to do is move the position. You don't have to move the I forget what it's called on Premiere."
Because in Premiere, there's two ways of doing it. You can do it the proper way, or you can do it the easy way. That
I
you
do it
did.
the easy way.
You did it the easy way. The proper way is you're supposed to open it up with a brand new like video, and then you're supposed to splice that into the ongoing
What?
video. Yeah, there's like an actual way of splicing the videos to then play at the same time.
Oh no, I don't
And
do
the
that.
and the
I
auto
just
sync.
sync and then position them out
Yeah,
in certain
that's so
places,
much
and that's
easier.
it.
It's so
I
much
don't do
easier.
any of that crap because it's like I can do an edit for the podcast in less than 15 minutes.
Yeah,
If you
I
don't
know.
cuss, it's fine. And then you call me up going like, "Dude, I don't know how to do this." And I'm like, "You literally just do this, this, and this, and that's it."
I didn't. I literally, as soon as you said that, I went, that makes so much sense.
See, and then that's when Nick realized
So
the
much
importance
sense.
of a man that edits.
No, it was
No,
the importance
that's when you
of
realize-
somebody didn't put all the. I was upset because you didn't put it in your notes.
You're just upset because the realization came to be that I am an important person in this system when it comes to editing.
I already knew that.
All right? I didn't mean to nickify this
I'm
whole
still,
thing, but it happened.
Sorry, I'm looking at the videos, and it's funny just to see Boba Bryan sit there.
No, because there was one day we sat here for like 45 minutes during the Boba Bryan thing. So we sat here and we watched a movie because we needed to do it where it was 10-minute sections.
Oh yeah.
Because we wanted Boba Bryan for 10 minutes to have
Oh,
one
that's
face.
right, yeah.
So we sat here for 45 minutes, and it was like a 10-minute section, and then I had a timer. So as soon as 10 minutes hit, I then walked in here, I turned off the video, changed his face, hit record, and I was like, all right, that's 10 minutes.
That was another thing too. The face we decided to use Boba Bryan. Nick was going through your Facebook and just being like, "What picture can we
Oh,
use?"
dude, there is a literal there's a chat between just me and
Yeah.
him, and I'm just sending photos.
Yeah,
of
he's
you.
just sending photos, and I'm like,
That's
"No,
kind of creepy.
no, no." And we landed on the one that is Boba Bryan now. And we said, "Yeah, that was good. That one reminds me of Hey You Guys."
Hey, you guys.
Yeah.
So something that's going to release this week. All right? Talking about some changes that happened, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Something that's
God.
going to release this week prior to year 3 is our top 3 skits that we
Oh
each
yes,
enjoyed.
we need
Yeah.
to pick those top.
You guys
our
need
top
to,
3
as
skits.
as of recording, we
Yes.
need to pick the 3, but
Yeah.
it's something that's going to be released on the channel. So if you guys have not seen any of the skits
Yeah.
or are new here and you guys are unfamiliar with what we're talking about, every issue, I think, after issue 111
Yeah.
had a skit at the
Yes.
beginning of them, right? So there's about 40 skits in its entirety in year 2, and we're gonna pick our top 3 for each one.
Yeah,
so you're
the
gonna have
best
Renee's.
of best of Bryan, best of Rene, and best
I
of
just
Nick.
think it's funny because one of mine is the Power Ranger skit. I know you don't like the Power Ranger skit as much.
I
I really like that one.
You guys do, but
Yeah.
that's
I really
the thing,
like it.
That's the thing
It's
that I
gonna be on
really
my
want to
list.
mention for year 2 is that we each got to understand like our strengths and our weaknesses. And it's not a bad thing because you explained it to me pretty well. I don't like the Power Ranger skit that we did for issue 145 or something like that. And I only said it's not the content that made me upset, it's the way I edited it. Like I feel I could have done much better. And you said to me, well, you could always do better, but the end result was pretty satisfactory and I liked it. Right? So you can be tough on yourself, but don't be that tough on yourself.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
There was, I think, wasn't there either a skit? No, there's a video I didn't like that I was in.
Which one?
I think it was one of the Call of the Multiverse. It was the first issue of
Call of the Multiverse?
I didn't like how I was.
Was that year 2 or was that year 1?
That's the
year-
beginning of year 2 because that was when we started doing Calls to the Multiverse.
we did
like 5.
We did 5, but we only
we did
published
recorded
3.
7.
Yeah.
But we published 5, I think.
Yeah.
Is it 5?
I think so.
Because there's still 2 on your computer?
There's still okay.
I don't remember what they were.
I think if anything, if for year 3, I want us to publish what we record moving forward.
It's tough.
And I know,
it's tough.
I know there's some moments where there's stuff that's out of control, audio issues, quality of the video and stuff like that. We can't. That's out of our control.
The thing in which my next thing in which I was thinking about doing is just getting a second drive, and then that way it gets relegated where it's like you're doing 1 and 2. You're doing issue. You're doing the issue. Nick is doing this podcast or this skit.
It's tough because
we
it's
need
like,
to be more efficient when it comes to editing, and we need to
so that way we
incorporate
can put
all
out-
of us into it. I think.
in terms of like, because you've done this before, where I publish something that we've all done. You're like, I just don't like I don't like how I did this or that and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
It's tough, isn't it?
It is.
Because it's like you're seeing yourself do something that you're not happy with,
Yeah.
and you know you could do better, but it's a representation or a quote unquote representation of who you are.
That's
Like
how I
that
felt
for-
with the Lucas skit. I was watching. I think I might have watched it at least 15, 20 times, and then I put it on Discord.
Why?
No, because then I put it on Discord, and then I was like trying to manipulate it as much as possible. So like I was having my buddy, I was having Andrew, Jonah, and who else? And my buddy Sam, and they were all watching it with me, and I was like, is there something I'm missing? And then like I was editing it in a group where they were seeing certain places where I could cut that I just wasn't seeing.
Yeah.
And they were like, can you cut it right here? Because you can kind of see Rene, and you need to get rid of that. And I was like,
Oh, you just zoom in on the image.
yeah, I know. But I
Zoom
was
in on the video for a bit.
But the thing was that it was but Renee's face was right in the middle.
Yeah, I didn't see how.
I didn't see how
yeah.
close his face was in the middle when we shot it originally, because what I didn't do, in which I did after, I didn't play it back. I shot it and then went, we're good.
But see, here's the thing, right? Because you were saying everything that we do, we should publish, we should put it out there, right? And you are starting to notice the different things that you could have done better first time editing. There's a lot of elements that I feel like that happened in year 2.
Oh, I also really like my vlog for year 2.
What vlog?
Remember, you made him shoot a vlog. You made him
I
edit
shot a
vlog,
vlog, and then it did really well, and I liked it.
Which one?
And we just never did it again.
I don't think did we ever publish it?
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah,
it's on the
it should
website.
be on there.
It's on. There's an actual playlist that says vlogs.
Was it? It
It's a
wasn't
picture.
movie one.
It's that one. right there.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, it's a picture of Rene. It's like
All right, guys. So I'm gonna.
Oh, it's the
Yeah.
one that you did, but that was year 1.
Is that your one?
That's year 1. That wasn't. That's number 1.
Yeah, I know. We never did it again.
We didn't. But was it, I mean, what are we supposed to do? Record ourselves going to the movie every freaking day?
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's
basically.
what we do. Like,
but
that's
I
the
mean-
only time we meet up.
But I mean, because I do like the vlogs. I think the vlogs are really funny, especially like because there is a lot of stuff that's behind the scenes. Of like we're sitting here and we're chit chatting, and then funny stuff happens, and I do think that is sometimes really hilarious. Because I know that there's a scene in here. I know it's the actual thumbnail of when Rene is just like hello, and I don't know why that kills me.
We're
every
gonna
single time I
keep
see
we're
it.
gonna keep looking through this, and we're gonna spend more time basically like
I
just
know.
wasted. So I'm just gonna say this. In terms of what we learned from year 2 is that each one of us started doing something a little bit different, and we're very critical on how we do certain things, but it only made us better. Because the way I see it is this: there's certain things that you don't like about yourself that you felt like you could have done better, right? But what does that make you?
Yeah.
But what does that make? How did that improve you?
I feel like every time you do a skit now, you approach it differently. You're like, okay, well, this time I didn't really like this, so I'm gonna like look at myself a little bit differently and know how to improve on certain things.
Yeah.
Maybe add a little more character here. Maybe do something a little more.
There were some skits that we did that I felt that, I think originally you wanted to put me in the main thing, but I was like, no, let's do it. It was the vampire skit we did after, where you wanted me to be the character that Nick played, but I was like, no, I feel like I can pull off and be funnier as Igor.
Yeah.
Which you were.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, my mom loved you. I showed that to my mom, and she was just like, dude, this guy's cracking me up. I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah, because she asked about how the podcast is going. I'm just like, oh, it's going good. It's like,
just show her the skit.
I showed her the Super Mario Brothers audition tape, and she freaking loved that one too.
That's
Really?
cool.
Yeah, she loved that one.
I didn't know that.
You know what the funny thing is? That's one of my least favorite.
Are you?
Really?
See what I mean? See what I mean?
That's your
You know what the
least
funny,
favorite?
you know what the funny thing is? That was my idea.
Yeah. No, that happens too. That's another thing. Yeah.
It was my idea, and then I was like, I don't know if that's the way I would have if I would
Went
have done
about
it.
it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's not the way I would have went about it. Because there has been a couple where we have where me and Rene have an idea,
Yeah.
and then we don't shoot it the way that we thought about.
Yeah.
You don't, but you live
Yeah.
and you learn and you keep improving
Yeah.
on those
Yeah.
things. And I think that that's something that we've essentially gotten better at.
If I have to critique maybe one skit that we did recently, I think you agree, was the Creed, the
Yes.
HBO one. Me and him had a different idea when we were thinking about. We should have said it. We should have talked about it more.
I think we said it, and it was implied.
Yeah.
But we didn't firmly say this is what our idea.
Yeah, because it could have
was.
been a lot funnier. I
How
think
so?
we were. Brian's
I'm like,
what do you
'cause I
mean?
like- yeah, 'cause I like that one.
That was mwah.
It's because
That's gonna be in my top 3, all right?
No, because the
yeah.
funny thing was is that because I've gotten a couple of people who have watched it.
Yeah.
I want names.
I want names and addresses.
But when they watch it, they get to the scene where I'm shadowboxing myself.
Yeah.
And they don't get it. And they're like, I don't understand why he fell. What's going on?
I feel like we could have you could have said, he's tried shadowboxing, or maybe mentioned he was shadowboxing,
I see
because
what
you're
you mean.
just having him go
Yeah.
like this
And then I fall.
and then you fall. There's no mention to it.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
and then because I know that Mandy asked what happened. Monica asked, I don't get why you fell. And I was like, the joke was that I was shadowboxing myself, but I was losing.
Yeah, and that was the joke that we were trying to get
It's-
out.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then Monica goes, "That's hilarious."
Yeah,
and,
and it had to be
yeah.
explained, so we
Yeah.
didn't explain it in the skit. That's the thing.
Yeah, it didn't get explained.
So
in the skit.
so that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It could have been funnier if we had a voiceover or me talking about, he's been shadowboxing for years, but he still hasn't conquered shadowboxing, and then cut to him going like that. Then that would have been funny.
I think I was so editing that. I was so
you were so
invested-
hype.
I
to
was
make
invested
it.
in trying to make it under a certain time limit because
Yeah.
I didn't want it to be so long.
Yeah.
Because it was a straight up get to the point and that was it.
Yeah.
That's
Right.
all I wanted, for
And
that.
that- and
It's
that
still one
is-
of my top 3. I don't care what
No,
you
No,
say.
it's a good edited
No, I know,
skit.
I know.
Yeah.
it's good. It's just that when we saw it, it's still funny.
Yeah.
And everything else, I just thought I remember when we were watching it, because me and him had an idea of shadow boxing yourself. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we saw it, we were like, I don't get it. That's not what it looked like. The joke
we thought in our heads
Yeah.
didn't come across.
I
Yeah.
will say it's interesting to kind of see how we've developed our skits because we
Yeah.
started off kind of doing awkward stuff, little minor things here and there related to what we were going to talk about in
Yeah.
the issue, and then we're like, okay, let's make SNL shorts. In other words, and
Yeah.
I feel like we've been
Like
inspired
digital
by
shorts,
SNL.
yeah.
We've been inspired by SNL at this point. Let's look. SNL may be garbage right now,
Yeah.
but it is our inspiration.
The writers might be taking a break, but we're not.
We're still supporting you guys.
We're
Don't
with
worry.
them.
We're still,
We're
we're
with
still
them.
with
We're
you
with
guys.
them. We're with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we got
don't get paid.
We got an algorithm we have to keep up.
We're broke writers.
Yeah.
but I do understand what you mean, because I know that there was a couple of the skits that we literally came up with on the fly.
Yeah. Those were sometimes the good
and some
ones.
of those were the funnier ones where we were like, oh man, that's hilarious. I know some of the ones that we did when Bryan was gone, those were more or less.
We tried not to do the same thing because we
And that
kept,
was
we
the
kept
hard.
circling around the same thing the whole bit.
Because we were trying.
Bulba Bryan moving and his face changing, which we thought was hilarious.
We thought it was funny,
but we
and
kept
didn't-
incorporating that, and we're like, no, we got
we
to
had to take Boba Bryan out, and that was the hardest thing because there was.
Hey guys, sorry.
You and
I'm going back to the home
you
screen.
keep
It's
on
not my fault.
introducing LA Comic Con. I get
Which
it.
another thing that happened.
You were at
there,
LA
too.
Comic Con. I swear.
We were there.
I get it. You were there.
We were all there.
No, you weren't.
You didn't.
Were you in the video?
Yes.
Did
No,
you
you
shoot the
not.
video? All that great B-roll?
Yeah.
No,
That was Nick.
that was me.
The beginning parts of it.
Yes.
The first 2 minutes.
Oh, what the colossal titan? No, the colossal titan's butt. That's
Yeah.
what you got.
Yeah.
And you
No,
got.
because he was there. Because when I was going through it, I was like, Rene went, "No, that most of that B-roll is what Nick got when we were walking around."
So talking about the skits, talking about everything else, I think the other thing that we really improved was our thumbnails.
Our thumbnails was again.
better.
Yeah, they've
That was
gotten
trial
way
and error
better.
because we were like, okay, you know what, we can do like a comic panel, thumbnail
okay.
to start it off.
So
and then,
yeah, we started as a comic panel. Then we did They did this great graphic thumbnails, and then we started thinking, okay, we gotta incorporate us.
Yeah.
Because that was another thing that we realized is that you gotta show the hosts of the podcast, people knowing like, oh, okay, get to see these guys on here and stuff like that. So it was that was another good thing too, and we got more creative along the way. I think one of my favorite thumbnails that you've done that has us in it was
I've gotten a lot of compliments for this Doctor Strange one with the glass shattering one.
oh really?
Yeah, people love that one.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, for the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah,
one?
the Multiverse of Madness is pretty good. The Last of Us one that I did was pretty cool too.
Oh, I like that one. Yeah, this one. The
Yeah.
The Last of Us was good.
Last of the Nerds.
Mm-hmm. And then I think let me see. Oh, this was cool too. The first Bulba Bryan one.
The first Boba one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that one.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Nick? Which one's your favorite thumbnail?
I'm trying to think.
Oh, the Wakanda Forever one. That one was good too.
Yeah, there was a couple of. I actually really do like the Game of Thrones one.
Which
Oh,
one?
yeah?
The one right there where it was Black Adam, Game of Thrones. All
Oh,
down, down.
one where.
Oh yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah, that one I really like.
Yeah.
Oh, the one with Lewis was pretty cool.
Which
The
one was
Pokemon one, his second appearance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the Brittany
Oh, yeah,
was
that
on
one's
the
good, yeah.
Wakanda Forever one.
Mm-hmm. Although the anime one, because it looks like this, it looks like it's a '90s hip hop album.
Oh yeah.
Is that the
that
one
was
that you like?
that's
the
the
Cyberpunk one.
Yeah, the
It was
Cyberpunk one.
Cyberpunk.
Which issue? Hold on, let me see.
Cyberpunk was
Let me
really
see.
good.
That was issue 115.
115.
115. Yeah, that one looks like it was.
I like that skit. That's gonna be
Yeah.
in my top 3.
Mhm.
that
anime
skit
one.
is pretty good.
That's
That
a
is
good
a
skit.
pretty
That
good
was a
skit.
well edited skit.
I
Not
actually
gonna
really
lie.
do like Lewis's skit, the one with the
Pokemon fight?
with us in Pokemon.
Yeah.
That one is pretty funny.
I'll give you that one in your top 3.
No, you can take it. It's
Are you
fine.
sure? Okay,
Yeah,
fine, I'll
you
take
can
that
it. I'll find. There's plenty.
Yeah.
Overall,
we've
though,
done a lot. We've done a lot of skits. I need to
Mm-hmm.
go. The funny thing is that I actually do think that one thing that we need to do is we need to go back, and then just make a playlist of the skits.
that's like just pull them all out.
Like just pull them all out.
Yeah, and just make a
then-
full.
And just make a like
year
a
one.
playlist.
No, like at least issues 1 through something. From year 3.
Oh yeah, I can
Yeah.
do that.
Like
I can-
just make a video
Year 3
catalog.
skits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So talking about improvements that we can do for year 3, there's plenty of ideas. I don't want to talk about the plans that we want to do for year 3
Yeah.
because I feel like they can listen to it and be like, oh well, why don't we do it? It's not that we don't want to share our ideas.
So
It's
some
just
of
that-
them might not happen.
I do like.
Sure. That or I just don't want people to grab our ideas and be like, oh yeah, we can do something better. No.
I really liked our couples thing. I really liked the Valentine's
Valentine's
stuff.
one?
Yeah.
The Valentine's stuff is hilarious. I know we have one that's in the can that we
Yeah.
just that we haven't.
It's gonna come out. There's no way. There's absolutely no way that's not gonna come out.
Yeah, because we got to
There's-
do a third one.
It's not
have
even
to do a third one.
Yeah.
It's not even. It's a third one. It's just funny.
yeah,
it's
super
so
I
funny.
imagine it being hilarious.
Yeah.
Because it was just chaotic the whole
so
way
great.
Yeah,
It's
'cause
chaotic.
I thought me as a host was chaos.
No,
You
Bryan.
and Andy as hosts
Yeah.
are just like the Joker and Harley Quinn. You
so
are
great.
you are giving and taking away points like they were going out of style.
Oh
dude.
yeah, and like for like the littlest thing too.
I know.
Like-
Oh, I don't like Del Taco. 30 points. Take it off. I was like, what?
I love Star Trek. 10 points.
You know what? 20 points.
Yeah.
So what would you guys like to see in year 3?
I don't know. I mean, I would like us to go to a con again and just have, maybe just more fun of just doing whatever. Maybe interviewing more people. Having the chance to interview more people.
our interviewing skills have gotten better.
Yeah.
I think you and I have been more confident. Definitely for me, at least, going to SFS for like by myself and being able to interview Anthony and just checking everything out there
Man,
and making
was
a
that-
video of it.
Man, was that like me and Rene twisting a knife on you the day that we told you to go do it?
Oh yeah.
I was working. That's the
He was
thing.
working.
it's not that
I was working.
It's not that I didn't want to do it. It's just that I was nervous to go by myself.
I know
Yeah.
that's why.
Yeah.
But that
You
was
did a good job though.
I know you did it. You did a really good job. It's gotten 174 views
Yeah.
in the past couple of weeks. So I mean, I'm just saying in general. I mean, but it was like me and Rene were just like, yeah, you gotta go. And he's like, I don't know if I can just like, well, I mean, you guys can't show up and everything. And we were like, no, you're gonna be here by yourself and just meet us up later. That's how that's gonna go. And you were just not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I wasn't because I was nervous about
Yeah.
it, dude. It's like having
Well,
to interview-
because you wanted to do it after 7 o'clock, and we're like, it's almost closing. That's the thing. It's a night, and people kind of left at that point. And even they said too, like, yeah, a lot of people are leaving around that time.
Yeah. So, but I'm glad I did because I got to see like the vendors that were out there as well, get a couple pieces of footage from there, and really advertise like what the SFS Art Festival was like.
Yeah.
Plus the film festival as well, which is pretty cool. And definitely Anthony, who was the curator for the film festival, has talked to us, and he definitely wants to work with us more,
definitely,
which
yeah.
we are very excited to do. So hopefully something is in the works for that as well. Definitely this year coming up. But in terms of year 3, I feel like this started off where it's going to be kind of similar to what we're doing here so far. But I think that there's more consistency now, and there's going to be a lot more confidence in the things that we do.
I am so excited for this new opening. Just
the
for,
intro?
just for the new intro based off what we've been talking about. And
I'm
what our
both
vision
excited
is.
and nervous.
To shoot
Well,
it?
no,
'Cause
to for people's reaction. Because
I
the
think it's gonna be
intro,
fine.
the intro for year 2 was good because people loved the music to it.
The music to it really hypes you up.
Yeah, it's really like it was really good. I feel like it was a pretty decently shot intro. This one is going to be a lot more cinematic. It's going to be a lot more artsy. I definitely want to shoot the podcast in 24 FPS, not 30. One, to lower the amount of storage, not storage, but the data size,
Yeah.
the file size of each one.
We did our first short film. I forgot
Yeah.
the Christmas story one.
Oh, yeah, there was that.
we
too.
did do a Christmas. We did do a
That
Christmas
took
film this-
hours to shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On a day.
One night.
One night.
One
One
night,
night.
and we were running around like chickens without a head.
But it was a fun shoot.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was.
definitely-
No, actually, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, we weren't running around with chickens without a head. We were actually being
No, the
very efficient.
script was written.
We were very efficient that
The
night.
script was really written well. There was a little bit of storyboarding, and then there were some changes here and there. And I think that the only problem that we really faced was like making sure that we had the shots that we wanted. That was it. But otherwise, I think that it was edited well. Well, what's up?
We still don't have a thumbnail for 147.
Oh, that's coming up soon.
Okay, I was like,
I keep forgetting to do it. I was like, oh shoot. But yeah, no, I feel like in terms of like the response for the year 3 intro,
yeah.
I'm scared because I hope people don't get sick of it. You know, like I want to capture the anime intros that people love.
Why would
Yeah.
you say that?
What?
Stop.
He,
Just
did,
stop.
he
Don't.
was trying not to say.
I'm trying not
anything.
to say what it is because
Okay.
I want that. I want to.
I mean, this first one that we did is very slice of life inspired. It's an anime intro. I think when I think about year,
Let's see. Hold on.
Is it? I don't think it is.
the first the intro.
I feel like you haven't watched enough Slice of Life. This is to me
'Cause of that, like, all
no,
the walking
I thought it was much more of like a sitcom, like Boy Meets
Yeah.
World.
That's what you think? Because
I
Andy
thought
told me that
more
it was
Boy
very
Meets-
anime, and then
Andy doesn't know. Andy doesn't know what an anime is.
You tell her that.
I will. Give me your phone. I'll text her right now. She don't know what an anime is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it has anime flair, but it's not full anime.
Oh, it is.
I thought it was more like Boy Meets World.
Look. All
like,
I'm gonna say is
sit-
I'm
like
nervous about year 3's intro.
Disney
I want people to
sitcom.
like it, and I want people to like enjoy it. I also wanted to capture our personalities. Okay, that's all I want.
Well, because the one before that was much more Power Rangers. It was more inspired by Power Rangers because it was the whole like talking, and then it then went zoomed in, and then you went very Power Ranger.
Was that wasn't year 1?
Let me see.
that was-
No,
year
year
one.
1 was the variety hour thing.
No, we had another intro before that.
Hold on.
It was the one where we were all where like it's images of us talking. We replaced this one.
Dude, I don't remember.
Yeah, there is. There's one more.
There's one more.
We have 4 intros. Hey guys.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth. Shut up. Stop.
So what?
Don't.
So
He's
what?
the man behind
Yeah.
the screen. All right, let him do it.
I
see.
It was in year 1.
Was it? Would it be in this
try
one?
keeping up with try that one. Hey everybody, Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's when we started doing that, where we had to open up like that.
Yeah, that's
And then
right.
you. Oh wait, hold on.
Did we not have intros on that one?
Oh wait,
I don't think we had
Everything
intro
about
music.
it. Spoilers. We're gonna get into it. I cannot believe this music. It is awesome. Bryan, hit that music. Let's do this.
There it is.
Yeah, this
oh
one.
my god! I forgot
Yeah.
about that
I
intro.
told you.
Yeah.
We've had 4. Technically 5.
This is not a bad intro either. Oh!
I told you. It's very Power Rangers-esque. Yeah, you don't remember this?
I don't.
You made that.
Year 1.
Oh
that was
my
year 1.
god!
That was year 1's
That
Yeah,
intro.
you know
Power
what?
Rangers
In year
esque.
1, you made like 4 different intros.
No, he didn't. So year 0 had that original intro, the da 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 da, and you did that one. Then when I came along, you then said, okay, when taking that in, we're gonna go into year 1, and then that's when we made that, and then we then had that for the rest of year 1.
But I did have several intros because there were different drafts
Yeah.
of it.
Probably
I did have different drafts of it. Oh my god, that was a throwback.
You don't remember that?
I don't.
You really
remember
don't
that.
remember that? I remember that.
No, man.
That's why I was like, oh yeah, we've had, because you had the comic book one, then you had the Power Rangers one. This one is much more of like a Disney cartoon, of a
dang,
Disney
man, we're
like,
iconic.
sitcom. Yeah, dude, this is Disney sitcom. Honestly, I think you can make that actually. You can chop those up and make that like a
Different intros.
different
over
intro,
again.
like a different intro video. That'd be hilarious.
Keep it up with the nerds intros 1 through like
1 through 5.
yeah,
A
like
montage of
yeah, like a
intros.
montage, like anime
Because
intros.
then you can also see like how they've like
Yeah.
how you grew up,
Mhm.
like the differences.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Do it?
There we go. We're gonna keep it. All
But
right.
anyway, you
Yeah.
get what I mean.
I get what you mean.
I think of the intro that we have right now is closer to like Boy Meets World.
Okay, that's true. We got to wrap up this issue pretty soon. But all I could say is that I'm excited for year 3. I'm glad that we're still going strong because, again, this idea of podcasts ending after like 40-something episodes is
Forgot
like,
to tell you, me and Rene quit.
oh, stop, dude.
That's the hidden secret. That's the twist.
Yeah, that was
It's
the twist.
tough,
year,
but you know,
year 3, Andrew Brian's by
it's
himself.
just me again. Oh, no, don't say
Brian's
that,
all
dude.
by himself.
No,
I mean,
we're-
honestly, that kind of happens to a lot of like Rooster Teeth shows. Like they've been doing it for so long, and then like a member will leave.
yeah, but I mean, look, we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, Nick's
we
gonna
don't-
leave first.
We don't know what's going to happen. We never know. We never know what the future is.
Yeah.
But
Right,
right
right.
now in this moment, I feel like we're strong enough to keep going into year 3.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows, year 4 or 5. I don't know how much long, but we definitely have dreams to make something big, make something, noticeable, something that puts us on the map in terms of like what we can do. Because we can do it. I'm not saying that we can't. Everything you've been showing us here, throwing us back from year 1, we're capable of doing it.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm looking at, because also with that, we also need to start writing our next Christmas episode or Halloween. We need to start writing that too.
I miss
Yeah.
the Halloween specials.
Yeah.
We do.
The Halloween specials were cool.
I have an
didn't
idea that I
finish-
still
we didn't-
want to do for Halloween.
Yeah,
Shoot
we
it
didn't.
my
We
way.
te-
Yeah,
After
we got to
this.
film like in August to do
Yeah.
it. That's the thing.
That's
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
because it's a long video, an idea that I want to do.
Oh, okay.
It's like probably like a within under 20 to 15 minute video.
Oh.
Sorry, that's our submission to the film festival. There it is. We're gonna have to chop that up, right?
Yeah.
Like we're gonna chop that up. We can't put that all.
All right, we got to wrap up this issue, guys. I know you're getting tired, but guys,
Getting sleepies.
thank you for joining us here, keeping up with the nerds for another year. Thank you for all the support, all the feedback, everything, all the love that you guys have given us, for talking to us in person, or writing us in the comments, or in the direct messaging or DMing us. Direct messaging us. I sound like a 50-year-old.
We're
DMing
shooting
us.
this on Monday night, guys.
Yeah, it's
Like,
already 11:30.
It's already
We got to wrap
11:30.
this up. But honestly, thank you guys. Continue to support, continue to share, keep talking to us. If you see us out there, let us know what you guys think. Definitely, if you guys have any ideas, shoot it our way as well. we're glad to talk about anything and try anything out there. Just as a reminder, check out our website at keepingupwiththenerds.com. Don't forget to check out our socials on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Check out our audio platforms on podcast or on Podbean, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, and Spotify. I was so close. And check out our YouTube channel at Keeping Up with the Nerds. Don't forget to subscribe. Let us know down in the comments below. What were your favorite parts of year 3 if you guys have been longtime listeners, or if you guys want to see something new for year 3? Let us know. Sorry. What were your favorite parts of year 2? I said year 3. We're done. We're tired. Nick, take us away.
This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds This has been Keeping Up with the Nerds annual
Number
number 2023. My name is Nick Valero.
I'm Rene.
This is Bryan.
Signing off from Undercity Comics.
Thank you guys for listening.
We'll see you all next year.
Bye.